I want to show you these pictures that have been the key picture, really, that's been shown right around the world, including on the front page of the New York Times, who's now issued a clarification. We've been on about this for days. It's been clear. People have exposed that the boy, young Muhammad, in this picture was suffering cerebral palsy and all sorts of other conditions, while obviously his mother and his older brother are not starving. So for this to be used as proof of starvation in Gaza was deceptive. There's been some concession to that today from the New York Times, but surely the ABC, the Sydney Morning Herald and media around the world need to make that same correction, because this has created a completely false narrative that's gone on for days.
Look, they should correct it, but as we've seen throughout this war, news outlets are often so quick to report something and rather sluggish in actually clarifying or apologising or retracting. And when they do, it's inevitably tucked away and buried somewhere. We saw that with the attack by Islamic Jihad in the early months of the war, which hit a Palestinian hospital, which was predictably blamed on Israel. We saw recently a UN official saying that within 48 hours, some 14,000 babies are going to die, which turned out to be nonsense as well. But they report this quickly because it's sensational and it feeds into a particular narrative. And we've seen people like Bob Carr pick up this propaganda and this disinformation, essentially, and press home the point with even more outrageous claims about comparisons to the Warsaw Ghetto and comparisons to the starvation of Ukrainian peasants by Stalin in the 1930s. So this has enormous legs and it's part of a broader disinformation campaign. But at the same time, we shouldn't detract from the actual suffering that is happening in Gaza. It's without question. But once we have these sorts of hyperbolic claims and disinformation, it makes it harder to actually deal with a problem in a rational, coherent sense. It needs a solution. But sensationalism and false reporting like that gets us further away from finding that solution.
Yeah, well said, Alex. Thanks for joining us again. I appreciate it. Alex Ryvchin there with the Executive Council of Australian Jewry.